Assalamu alaikum. What is happening, people? Now today I have a special recipe for you. I'm gonna be cooking mutton gosht with butternut squash. Basically it's called a kaddu. Now this is a special dish. Not many people know about this, but this is more of the Bangladeshi community dish. Now I do like this. Normally I cook the butternut squash with the chicken, but this time I thought, you know what, why not try it with the mutton? So to start off with, you're gonna need some butternut squash, which has been chopped up, diced up. You're gonna need some mutton. Also you're gonna need some onions, tomatoes, green chilies, ginger, garlic. Moving on, for the spices, you're gonna need some salt, some zira, some garam masala, some methi, some tandoori masala, and obviously I am using yours truly, the extra virgin olive oil. Now we need to cook this dish. It is mutton. Mutton takes about 2.5 hours to cook, because it's red meat and it takes a longer time. So we need to add the oil to the pot. After adding the oil, we want to add the gingers, the garlics, golden brown, all that. After that's all been golden brown, we want to add the onions, tomatoes, and the green chilies. Put that into the mix, and we want to cook this mix until it is nice and golden. Once the mix is gone nice and golden, we need to add the spices. So we're going to add some salt to your likings, some zira, some garam masala, some methi, which you need to crush in your hands, which enhances the flavors, and then you want to finish it off with some tandoori masala. Once all the spices have been added, we want to cook these spices on a high heat all the way through for about 10 minutes until everything is nice and golden again. Once all golden, we want to add the meat to the spice mix, heat it all up, and then we want to add hot water. I normally like to put a hot kettle of water in there, which saves time, and just bring it to a boil and put it on a low heat and let this mix simmer for about 2 hours until the meat is nice and tender. Next step, while the meat is getting simmered and cooked, the butternut squash. There's two ways of doing this. You can put it into the meat as you cook alus, potatoes, and just cook them through. But what I like to do is I like to put them in a frying pan, fry them up, cook them through, golden brown them, and just add them on at the end. So it's been almost 2 hours that the meat is simmering on a low heat. Checked up on the meat, it's looking good, it's nice and soft now. It's not fully cooked, but we still have another 20 minutes of cooking time, so that will finish the meat up, making it really succulent. So we need to take the top off, and we need to dry this meat out all the way through. Once the meat is dry and it looks like this, we want to add some water. Now this water, we don't want to add too much because we don't want to make the curry watery. What we want to do is we want to make and produce a gravy. Once the gravy is done, I want to add the butternut squash into the andi. Also, I want to top it off with some fresh cut coriander, and I want to cook this through for another 5 minutes, 10 minutes. The trick is, like a lot of people ask, how do you know the handi is ready? If you look at the handi now, it's ready to a lot of use, but really and truly how you know when the handi is ready is when the handi, the curry, releases its oils. Once the oils are released and the handi is nice and golden at the top, and you can smell the andi smells different, that's when the andi is ready. The more you cook the andi, the better it will taste. So that's something that I like to do off the camera, where I like to cook it, dry it out, add water, cook it, dry out. The more love you put into it, the better it tastes. So this andi is ready now. Total cooking time, you're looking at about 2.5-3 hours it took me to cook this. And let's do the taster test on this. It's looking delicious. I'm a big fan of the butternut squash. I've had it with the chicken a few times, but I think with the chicken it's quite sweet. With the meat, because it's red meat, I think the butternut squash will taste good.